Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Chin State in Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, but technically today known as Myanmar. Chin State, as you can see by this map, borders India up here and is located in the western portion of the country. Running right through it is a mountain range known as the Arakan. I think you can see down here, it's A-R-A-K. I think you can see the Arakan Mountains, which start up here in India and run down through there. But this section of the Arakan is known as the Chin Hills. You can see right there, since it runs through Chin State. That's where we can find Mount Victoria, the highest point within the Chin Hills. And this area down here is known as Nat Matong, Nat Matong National Park. The capital of the state is Hakha up here. Hakha up here. And let me see. I'm looking for... I just forgot where the other town I wanted to tell. That's right, it's literally right next to it. Phalam we're going to mention in history, so remember where that is, because I didn't remember where Phalam's located. Right up there, you can see the big main road coming through, heading down probably to Yangon. The rest of this area is very forested and obviously by the name very hilly and mountainous. Hakha was established around the year 1400 CE by the Lai peoples. The Lai being one of the main groups that live here. There are quite a few. The Chin are just the most populous in this area, which is how Chin State got its name. The British would arrive in this area in 1889, probably by way of India. They would occupy this area completely by 1890. And in 1899, the first missionaries arrived in this area. And it's, I think, like the main place in Myanmar where Christianity is the dominant religion today. Most everywhere else, it's very much Buddhism. But this is a Christian dominant area. It's not that everyone is, but it's the dominant religion here. It was captured by the Japanese in 1943. It's returned 2 years later after World War II ended. Myanmar would soon gain its independence and break itself up into various divisions. When the Chin Special Division was formed in the 1950s, Phalam was the capital. But when Chin State was created in 1974, they made Hakha the capital, which caused a big population boom there. Now, you may know about current events in Myanmar. It's been a very tumultuous 21st century in this country. It's starting in the 1980s, 1990s, though, when various groups were vying for power. Power that wasn't democratic, let's say, juntas and such. But a democracy came into being in the 2010s, like 2014, led by Aung San Suu Kyi. And they held strong until 2021 when her government was overthrown by another junta, accusing her of corruption and imprisoning her. We actually don't know where she is today, which is a little scary. But that is the situation in Myanmar today. It is controlled by a military junta. There is a large civil war happening in the country as various peoples are once again trying to vie for power. Chin State is no exception. There were some battles here between the peoples here and the governments in 2021 at the start of the civil war. Many groups have broken off to form their own political movements, their own guerrilla or like freedom fighter groups. One in particular, called the Chin National Front in 2023, declared their own region known as Chinland. And they currently control about 80% of Chin State, including Hakha. This area is Chinland, according to them. They're trying to make their own country, their own thing. So we'll have to keep an eye on Chin State to see, and Myanmar in general, to see how things will play out. And hopefully it just plays out for the betterment of everyone, right? We hope for peace, we hope for prosperity for this very beautiful country and the amazing cultures here. Chin is very famous for their tattooed women, which is a system that was outlawed. I believe when Myanmar became independent, they made it illegal. There were other groups that were coming in here and kidnapping girls to take as brides, so they started tattooing the girls' faces when they were about 12 years old, like complete face tattoo, various patterns and such, to make them ugly, although I think they're beautiful, so that they wouldn't be kidnapped, right? It's just sad, but it became a cultural thing. It became a like passage into womanhood, essentially. But it is no longer done, and the only women that you'll really find with faces like that are now very old. But it's a hallmark of the culture here. It always comes up when you're talking about Chin culture. So, why don't I dim the lights and grab my tablets? We have some beautiful sights to see in this region of beautiful Myanmar. Why don't we go take a look? Let's go. Here we are in Chin State. Let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Here is Myanmar. It's got a long tail down here. But Myanmar's located here along Thailand, Laos, China, and India, and Bangladesh, A little border there. Right? I didn't even notice that border when I was I only saw the Indian border. I didn't even notice the Bangladeshi border, the Bangla border. Oh, it also borders Bangladesh. I didn't even notice that until just now. That little tiny border. But yeah, pretty easy to find Myanmar. It's very easy to find the Malay Peninsula. And just up on this side. This side is Thailand. That side's Malaysia. The Arakan Mountains you can really see here, running through here and coming down, hitting the ocean and becoming the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and then petering out around here. Long mountain range, isn't that cool? It's one thing I like about Google Earth, that it shows all of the ocean happenings down there as well. All the mountain peaks under the ocean. Yeah, big spine of mountains coming down through there. Let's start in the south and work our way up. So here's the national park, Nat Matau. It is, of course, gorgeous, as most national parks are. There's a stupa right there, and some crosses. Two different religions here. Some backpackers hiking, beautiful forest trails, and a lookout here so you can see the beautiful views, along with these very gorgeous flowers. Look at this big bunch of flowers all in one stalk. That's so cool. Let's find Mount Victoria. It'll pop up at some point. There we go. Mount Victoria, which looks like there's a Buddha at the top. Nice and calm and serene Buddha. And there's the stupa that we saw. Yeah, a lot of the same regions that we just saw. But it's so gorgeous, all the morning mist rolling in. Cyclists are ready to, I guess, go downhill. Even the motorcyclists are ready to go. Yeah. And prayers here at the Buddha on top of the hill, who's been swathed. That is that area. It's gorgeous here. I'd highly encourage you to poke around all these slideshows have some pretty neat stuff. Not all of them, some of them have nothing, but they've got some pretty neat stuff. Here's a slideshow just for the Arakan Mountains, which I'm sure is just a lot more of what we've already seen. Lots of beautiful mist on top of the mountains. How gorgeous, all the fog. And then when it clears, you get these gorgeous views up in the Arakan Mountains, which is such a good name. It sounds mythical. Look at this town, Mindot, which I read that there were some battles here at the start of the Civil War, which is very sad. But this caught my eye because when I research, almost always there are certain websites that pop up every time, and one of them is called MinDOT, which stands for Mineral Database. And it like breaks down like every region of the world and the different rocks you can find there, which is 99% of the time not helpful to me at all. But it almost always appears when I'm researching. And I'm like, oh, there's MinDOT. There's also one for birds. There's a bird website. I forget what it's called. And then there's a roller coaster website that has like every region of the world and lists whether or not it has roller coasters. But listen, whenever it pops up, it's when I'm doing like some random island in the Bahamas or something, like a place that obviously would not have roller coasters. So I click on it and it's like, this region does not have any roller coasters. And it's like, no kidding. Color me shocked. Like, it's always the rock website, the bird website, and the roller coaster website. Almost every time, but MinDOT almost always pops up. So that made me smile. I was like, there's the MinDOT. It's even here. But anyway, back to beautiful Myanmar and these gorgeous mountains. Look how beautiful. And you can see all the churches popping up, right? Lots and lots of churches. Look at this. Please have a slideshow. It sounds so cute. It does. Oh, it has one picture. Having some kind of game by the looks of it. Cricket, I'm guessing, maybe? I can't tell, the picture's too far away. Let's hop up here and look at Hakha. Here's the Cultural Museum for Chin State. This gorgeous building here. We got these little shields. Maybe they're gongs or something. Or maybe just symbols to hang up. Look at all the gorgeous detail on this building. On everything. Everything has a little pattern on it. Big drums. See, look how beautifully painted everything is. All kinds of designs everywhere, especially on the textiles. Cultural Museum there. It's so pretty. There's a big church right there. Look how beautiful it is here. It's like a little like a wonder garden that you would find like in some eccentric person's yard. But no, it's just their culture. Warmly welcome. There's the hornbills. They're on the flag of Chin State, the hornbills. Chin State, Chinland, not Chin State, Chinland. Big difference. Oh, we'll look at this in a minute. Oh, very happy person there. Smiling wonderfully. In the K-pop world, we call that a gummy smile. When it's more gums than teeth. Let's see. Where is that lake? I think it's up. It's up. I want to say it was kind of near the border with India, if I recall. Was it? There's a cat that's awake. I'm pretty sure it was up here somewhere. We're gonna find it, obviously. We will find it. Am I high up enough? Am I lost? I think, yeah, I went up way too high. That's why. So I don't know where I am. That's where the state ends. So. Oh, there's a cat clawing at her little bed. She likes to scratch it. Yeah, look at all the churches popping up. Not a lot of places in Myanmar where you can find so many churches. This is the place where you'll find them the most. Where was this lake? Maybe it was over here. Oh well, I do have it in my recent searches. Here it is. Oh, see, it was near the border. I was so right. I should have trusted myself. Anyway, so remember there's something else nearby I wanted to show you. But I think it was just me looking at the crossing, because I think looking at border crossings are kind of cool because they're always different. No border crossings ever the same. It's always like to see. Anyway, this lake down here is very popular because of its shape. I think it looks like a kidney to me, but if we go to this viewpoint, you can see that from a distance, it looks like a heart. Isn't that sweet? And it's natural too, I believe. Could be man-made. But yeah, from a distance, it definitely does not look like a heart. You got to be in just the right spot to get the scenic photo. Look at the baby. Oh my gosh, it's so cute, baby. Anyway, oh my gosh, there's more. Kids are the best. Anyway, yes, here is the heart-shaped lake here, which is a big photo spot. I wonder why I can't pull up the slideshow for the lake. There we go. Yeah, when you get close to it, it's not very exciting. It just looks like a kidney bean, or just a kidney, but yeah, you gotta get to just the right distance. Oh, how sweet. That's a nice photo. A nice couple there by the heart-shaped lake. And I'm guessing a father and daughter there at the lake. Isn't that nice? And that big, bright, beautiful sun shining down on it. How lovely. And the big mountains surrounding it. Yeah. Well, since we're looking at borders, let's go look at the border with Bangladesh. Can you hear my cat wilding out? She's having fun. Right here. Yeah, look at this whole border with Bangladesh. I did not even notice. I spent, 3 or 4 days researching this area. What? A tri-national point. Stop. Stop. It's crazy because, oh, this is not very exciting. I guess this is it right here. This is the Bangladesh side. We're going to see a tri-national point in 2 days. There's some more Chin Hills over here. There's the lake. Nice. Yeah. Many people have fled the violence since the Civil War broke out into India. And I guess I can see why they aren't going into Bangladesh, because it's all mountain and forest. Not a very easy place to flee through, is it? It's sad that anyone has to flee at all. But there's some hiking trails. Guess you can accidentally hike into Myanmar, which would probably be a bad idea at this point of history. Interesting. How cool is that? Geography nerd in me is very excited about that. But I think we're going to end it there tonight. Let's hop over to, oh my gosh, I'm so lost. Where am I? There we go. I'm just wandering. I'm going to wind up in India. It's a town called Darling. Let's go to, here we go. I kept thinking this was the border. I was like, where am I? No. To Phalam, which is the other big city center here. There's some pretty neat slideshows around here too. Historical. I remember that slideshow was disappointing. Let's just look at Phalam. Oh, this is much better than the other slideshow. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this style of content, please consider subscribing. This is an ongoing series on my channel, and next we're going to be hopping back over to Central America, and we're going to be looking at Nicaragua. And we're going to see some very, very cool volcanoes and the Pacific coast, and just lots of beautiful pictures in this area. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. Look at these beautiful houses up on the hillside. Reminds me of San Francisco. Even with all the colors, the house is made of ticky-tack. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. It's Christmas time. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good night. Good night. Good night. Can you hear the cat? She loves this one bed. It's like a little cave bed. She likes to scratch the sides of it, so that's what you're hearing. She's having a good time.